coming to every game ready to compete and never giving less than your best.
And now the Los Angeles starters. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Austin Reeves out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center position, filling out the middle. And for the Bucks, inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Richard, it's nice to have the versatility of a guy like Hachimura. Equally comfortable at either forward position.
Well, he's got the size and strength of a modern-day NBA power forward, but he also has the ability to stretch the floor and knock down a three. That's a nice combo.
Kuzma for three. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
I love how aggressive Kuzma is in transition. Terrific at finding ways to execute.
Hachimura with a screen on Lillard. Doncic, good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Lillard, a top-tier scorer, averaging a little under 25 points a contest. James against Antetokounmpo. The shot by James, no good. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Deflected! It's stolen by Kuzma. Into the lane. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Kuzma is just so much fun to watch take off like that. The power is unmatched.
That one drops for him.
They've come out strong, 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
The Bucks have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's James. Rebounded by Lopez. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Kuzma for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. And with their last victory, this team reached the 50-win mark on the season.
And they should be proud of what they've been able to accomplish. You can't just luck your way into 50 wins. You got to be a good team to reach that feat.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. To the paint. Here's Reeves. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
A lot of style and flair to Reeves' offense.
And his defenses have adjusted to Austin Reeves scoring. Richard, he's countered with the pass.
Austin Reeves doesn't get enough credit for how good his handle is, how much it's improved. It's allowed for him to score, get into different places, and make these passes.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
The Lakers have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Hayes with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Hachimura, the pass to Reeves. Takes one from 10 feet. The shot misses. The Bucks trail, and keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers. He had a sleepless night trying to figure out how to stop Luka Doncic. He said it's rare to see a player force the other 9 players on the floor to play at his pace. It's very methodical. Like a machine, he said Doncic shows no mercy. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie. Kuzma outside. On the take. The Lakers with a rebound.
With not a defender in sight, there's no one to blame but himself.
Doncic, no good.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
The shot by Lillard, no good.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
James, up and in on the layup. James has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Like, at this point in time, you have to understand that if LeBron James is on the inside, he has so many ways to beat you. A little contact's not going to do anything.
Lillard deciding where to go with it. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
he hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Lopez with the steal. And he's going for the lob. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Pass to James. It's stolen by Kuzma. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Doncic.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
That one misses for Antetokounmpo. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis' career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. Lillard against Reeves. 58 seconds left in the first quarter. And the shot's good.
Nice concentration from Reeves. Never loses focus despite the contact.
Antetokounmpo inside. Working on Hachimura. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
I like everything he's doing so far offensively, finding his spots, making strong selections.
Basket's good. Reeves has gotten his 3rd basket of the night. It's been a couple of minutes since they led in this game.
Oh, they'd love to change that here.
Perfect timing by Hachimura. What a block.
Lillard passes to Lopez. Back to Lillard. Lopez, the screen on Doncic. Shot clock at 6. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Gliding the pass to where it needed to be.
Wow, a strong finish to seal the deal. It's James on the wing, defended by Kuzma. It's James on the wing. A real weapon on offense, averaging around 24.5 a game. Hachimura with a screen on Kuzma. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter in a tie. And we'll be back with you shortly. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Taurean Prince is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Now, here is James. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
For 3, James. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Milwaukee in the lead. Prince, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Wow! A rim-rattling jam by Giannis.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. From deep, here's Doncic. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
Encouraging to see Doncic sink the 3. Needs to keep doing this now.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the big finish by Giannis.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Now the burden of expectations, it's title or bust. Thanks, Allie.
And showing the point guard instincts there. Boy, Giannis can make it look easy.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Counted from distance.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Yes, sir! You can count on Dame from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Lets the three fly. And it's Doncic missing.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Three-pointer. And it's Lillard with the three. Now it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
I like this trend. He's hit 2 triples this period, has 3 for the game.
And here's Doncic outside. Oh, Luka with a deep one.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Lillard against Doncic. And he lobs it up to the rim.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time finding his teammate for the great look.
Reeves, the pass to Doncic. Hachimura with a screen on Lillard. From deep, here's Doncic. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Lillard got a good look. Again, the Bucks, good for 2.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Here's Doncic. It's stolen by Kuzma. And the Bucks pushing it up now. And Lillard puts up a deep 3. The Lakers with a rebound. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
It was poor efficiency scoring the ball. They needed too many attempts to get their points.
Yeah, it looked like they were settling out there, not moving the ball enough to generate the type of shots that they want.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Now here's Reeves. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Clock at 6. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. And it's Lillard with the ball for the Bucks. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
Yeah, missing from the line became contagious. That happens. They just pick the worst time to do it.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Pass to Lillard. James with a steal. And it's the Lakers on the break.
Pure effort play by Reeves, not allowing the defense to stop him.
54 seconds left to play in the first half. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. That's good. That's now his 7th made field goal in 15 tries.
His 3rd shot from downtown this quarter, 4 for the game.
Here's Doncic. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Lillard with the ball. Picked up by Reeves. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Last time they met in Los Angeles.
This time around, they're looking for better execution offensively. They have to avoid mistakes.
If they can clean up the turnovers and make better decisions, it should be a much closer game this time around.
Now here's Reeves. 9 points in the game. Clock is at 3. Antetokounmpo with the block. Here's James. James so calm under pressure.
That's a shot he loves. Unless there's a guy right in his jersey, he's going to convert.
That'll count. Just a big-time effort for Damian Lillard, providing a lot of energy for Milwaukee, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Well, thank you, guys. Doc Rivers here with us now. Coach, you're ahead at the half. What was the difference?
We got stops. We were out running a little bit. And then we had great spacing against the zone. You know, listen, we started making shots. That always helps.
It sure does. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
Direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. From line. They're measuring up the shot.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
And a look here now at the Bucks. They're playing up to expectations. Maybe they like to be doing more than that, but I think they're ready to make some noise in the playoffs. That's when you turn up.
And turning our attention to the first half, a positive start for the Milwaukee Bucks.
This is why so many teams are trying to play with pace. The defense just couldn't match up with them in the space. It's much harder to score in the half court.
Helps when you have the athletes they do as well. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. What a game we're seeing from Damian Lillard.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
The Bucks leading by 5. And so in the game for Los Angeles, we've got Shake Milton. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Connect. Then it's Gabe Vincent, and it's Goodwin in at the 3.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Outside Finney-Smith. Drives to the hoop. And he throws it down with one hand.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Lopez passes to Lillard. This one for 3. He drops it from range. Lillard's got 21.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
Here's Goodwin, defended by Kuzma. Shot is good by Goodwin.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
And it's Lillard with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. 6-point game. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by Lillard.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. And here's a view of the top shot blockers in the association. Third is Brook Lopez.
He always makes an impact with his shot blocking. He's a constant presence around the rim.
Los Angeles shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And that's good as he hits both shots. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Vincent outside. Drops in the layup for two. Vincent's got his first 2 points.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Vincent outside, and there's the drive. Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. First one falls for him.
Gabe Vincent, 2 shots.
And so he hits both. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 4 here in the 3rd from range. Lillard against Milton. Throws it up high. Cuts off the pass. Out on his own on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Got to give them credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Here's Goodwin, defended by Kuzma. Launches it from deep. Rebounded by Lopez.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
The passion Kuzma plays with inside rubs off and makes his whole team better.
Pass to connect. Vincent outside. Takes the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Prince. The Lakers with a rebound.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
And out of bounds. The Bucks will take it. As we near the postseason, let's see where the West is shaken out. Taking a look at the Lakers. Now in 2nd. They look to be in terrific shape moving forward.
I think for Los Angeles, they've been relentless competitors all season long. They've assured themselves of a lot of home games in the postseason, and we'll see if they can capitalize.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And it's a completely new group for the Bucks. And here's a look at some numbers for Kyle Kuzma.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Green finds Porter. Trent outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guy. And now that we have a minute, let's take a look at the best shooting teams in the association. The fourth spot held by the Bucks.
The basketball IQ this team possesses is special. They don't rush anything on the offensive end. They take their time and stay patient trying to find the best shot possible. And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Doncic against Porter. Doncic outside. Hayes with a screen on Porter. And here's Doncic outside. The rebound by Sims. Here's Milwaukee. They're on a 9-1 run. Green for three. Knocks it down from distance. And it's a 9-point Milwaukee lead.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
That's been LeBron's attitude for years. Don't settle for a jumper when you can attack the basket.
And then Portis with the dunk.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Porter gets the bucket.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
23 seconds left to play in the third quarter. LeBron going downhill and slam dunk by James.
For such a big dude, all he needs is just a little bit of daylight, and LeBron is going to be hanging on that rim.
With the jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Just a big-time effort for Damian Lillard, providing a lot of energy for Milwaukee. Hit a couple from downtown this quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. He lit into them over their transition defense. He said, quote, "Enough is enough. Get back on D. We have to slow them down. The discrepancy in fast break points is eating at him. We'll see how they respond."
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Back to Antetokounmpo for 3. Benson grabs a miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he is still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Here's Lillard. Oh, Lillard with the dunk.
And you see why he's one of the top scorers in the league. Lillard does it in so many ways.
James passes to Doncic. Rebounded by Kuzma. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now. It's Prince on the wing. No good on the triple.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Doncic passes to James. The 3 is up. And again for three.
He continues to prove he's one of the greatest shooters ever.
That triple just tied him for 5th place on the career list. Here's Lillard. Doncic with a block.
Defense at its best from Doncic. Like to see him putting that much effort into his D.
About a minute and a half into the 4th now. Yep, that one's good. Lillard's got 12 points in just the second half.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
What energy on the drive from Doncic, charging in before the defense can seal up the gaps.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard right side. Kuzma right side. Back to Lillard. From deep. Good D by Doncic.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And that one's good. Connect. Oh, couldn't have asked for a more hotly contested game.
These teams have swapped the lead 8 times. I believe it's coming down to the wire.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Lillard's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Goodness, this man is ripping 3 after 3. An incredible display of shooting.
James can't get it to go.
Ooh, he really came close to leveling the score there.
You love the intensity out there right now. Close game, both teams leaving it all out there.
And get up, Dame. Mr. Lillard taking flight.
And slam dunk by James.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
James against Lillard. Pass to Lopez. It's tipped. James outside. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
The selfless attitude of James. When someone on his team has a clean look, he feeds it.
Back to Lopez. Stolen. Superb transition play from LeBron.
I'm sorry, just who else would you want it shooting there? LeBron James, just so calm under pressure.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And he is just showing off right now. I mean, he's giving you leadership. Giannis just takes pride in stepping up and hitting those big shots.
Here's Lillard. The kick out to Kuzma. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Oh, not one to lack confidence. Kuzma won't hesitate to pull the trigger in the big moments. Not afraid.
How many times have we seen LeBron hit a huge bucket in his career? I don't know. I've lost count. That was beautiful to watch.
Shot's good by Antetokounmpo.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates. I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
1:43 left in the game. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, nice fake by Giannis. And as a defender, you just shake your head.
And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
And hey, he did just enough to get the lead. That's what's most important.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Here's James. Good D by Antetokounmpo. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Vincent grabs a miss. Vincent's got 4 rebounds now. James with the ball. He's picked up by Lillard. Luka! Get off me!
Clutch play by Doncic. He's been doing this since he was a kid.
Lillard against Doncic. Lopez, the screen on Doncic. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And he drives in. Count it!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Antetokounmpo, pass to Prince. And it's off from three-point range.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And here's Doncic outside. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
It needs to be a quick shot and a quick foul.
A tense situation, but Kuzma just ignores the stakes and finds a bucket.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
Yeah, they need to focus on scoring every possession and not turning over the ball. ICE, ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
James, outside. There's a screen by Lin for the win! And he hits it! Oh, but hang on now. Hold everything. The officials want to review it. Let's see what happens here. It'll be on to overtime if the original ruling of no basket is confirmed.
Yeah, the replay makes it obvious. I mean, he got that shot off in time. It should be an easy decision for the officials.
The ruling on the floor is overturned.
And they will count it. After checking out the replay, they rule that the shot was off in time.
Just an amazing finish. And thankfully, replay gives the officials a break on what would have been a terrible missed call.
And so it's the Lakers who scrape by with the win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that'll do it, folks. For